Hey everybody, Pickyo Gamer here, and I want to talk about the Ataribox. I noticed this online, and more information was dropped out there. Thank you, Gmail, for some reason pushing this into my spam folder, but it was sent out at like 3-something a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a new letter or newsletter, and I'm going to actually swap over here, and I got some things up here that I'm going to be talking about in the next video, but you're going to get to see this. And it comes from info at Ataribox.com to me, Pickyo Gamer. So I signed up for it. Ataribox, more picks and news. Thanks for your patience and support so far. Today we're showing brand new picks, more on what's inside and more info on launch. So let's look at this first picture. This is not a render from what they say. I'm going to read there. This is the actual device. Looks kind of interesting. Very nice looking. Very, very thin. Very small. Kind of interesting. Kind of cool. Interesting. So, these pictures were shared today. We're sharing today are the first prototypes. Everyone that has seen Ataribox firsthand loves it, feeling the Atari 2600 influence while still being a modern design. Ataribox will be powered by an AMD customized processor with Radeon graphics technology. It'll run Linux with a customized, easy-to-use interface. The PS4 does that. This is something interesting. This approach means that as well as being a great game device, Atari will be a full PC experience for the TV, bringing streaming applications, social, browsing, music, and more. Okay. This one kind of makes me scratch my head. Most devices are closed system and content stores. PlayStation with Sony, Microsoft with Xbox, even Nintendo with the Switch. I mean, that's their stuff. Linux lets us be more open. You can access the customized OS. And you can access games you bought from other content platforms, if compatible with OS and hardware. Okay. There will be tons of classic Atari retro games preloaded, and current titles from a range of studios. We'll start talking titles very soon. Current title. Okay. We're launching Ataribox on Indiegogo. I don't know why they don't go to Kickstarter if they got a prototype, but they said read pretty soon. We're about to hit October. I am just all over the place this year. It's about to be October, not November. I'm kind of wanting to go forward in time. To reiterate why, we want you, the Atari community, to be part of this launch. Okay, I don't agree with that. We want you to have early access and grab special editions and pricing, and to have you as an active partners in a rollout of Ataribox. We want you to be part of the story. We plan on shipping late spring 2018 with an expected price range of $249 to $299, depending on specific editions and memory configurations. If that holds true, we got like $50 cheaper than a Switch, probably for the base. Maybe, if it goes well. Hope you like what we're sharing today and ready for lots more in the weeks ahead. The Ataribox team. P.S. To confirm that may have asked, the wood edition is made with real wood, but that's not much wood right there. I mean, that's just probably a small piece or strip. But it's cool that it's real wood. P.P.S. Please continue to let us know what you think on our social channels. Like, follow, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. So, that was interesting. Very interesting. AMD custom chip with Radeon technology. Linux operating system, custom, and you get to add stuff from other places. This sounds like a Steam box. And that makes me wonder, what's the point? What's the point, Atari? Is this something very special that you've got a deal to make something powerful enough to where... What modern... let me read that again. Where was that at? There'll be tons of classic Atari retro games preloaded and current titles from a range of studios. But if we're thinking, Assassin's Creed or something crazy like that, or I don't know what else you can talk about. Would it be Destiny or Destiny 2 but what if Steam runs on Linux? So if the games run on Steam and also Linux compatible, then this thing will run Steam games. This is a computer for the living room. This is what a lot of people, like myself, was starting to think, and I don't know what's the point. A console like the PlayStation, the Xbox, and the Switch are custom to the point where they do limit what you do because they're a custom environment, custom ecosystem, all that good stuff. But Atari coming out of the left field, out of the blue, doing this, well, it's been been talking about it for a few months, and they're going Indiegogo because, let me see how they said that. We want you, the Atari community, to be part of this launch. We want you to have the early access to grabs, blah, blah, blah. Basically, you don't know if this will work, and you need money because you don't want to put your money up to see if it works, Atari. I don't understand this. I'm more confused than I ever am, and I'm worried that this thing is going to get some people that want it, and there's nothing wrong with it. If you want it, it's your money. Just be careful with your money and backing something, but you can buy a Steam box if you want. You can go buy a computer and do the same thing. I know it'd have Windows on it, but you can do the same thing. Just plug a computer up to your fucking TV. If it is going to do Steam, I guess they better have keyboard and mouse support, which is probably going to have it. And I don't know. I did have this computer back on my TV. I had to move it for other reason. I started wanting to get back into here. But I just like everybody else can put a computer on a TV, folks. It doesn't take anything. Just plug it into the NVIDIA card or your Radeon card and get some wireless keyboard, mouse, Bluetooth mouse, keyboard. Sit on the couch, sit in your chair, get a wireless headset. You can game. It's a little more difficult when the operating system is not designed. There are modes, and of course Steam has a mode for that, but this just seems to me a freaking PC in the living room. And if it's going to be that generic, what's the point? Unless what they build for $249 to $299 has a lot of horsepower and it lets you to be a computer. Maybe they're going to get more powerful than. And I know some people go, well, they can't get more powerful than a PS4. Well, an Xbox One. Well, they're getting cheap. And you got to remember, if they remove like hard drives or something, they put something where you plug up your external storage. There's no disk drive. They're pulling a lot of it out. It's just the hardware with they have Linux. It could be a little bit more powerful than the base PS4 if somehow it's gotten so cheap. I mean, you're talking about just the base hardware, the Radeon and the AMD chips from they're custom. If you're not licensing, Linux is free. You're not putting extra hardware to run off Blu-rays and just like that, then they could put a decent little hardware. I don't know. I'm not saying it would, but if they're doing this or going this route with custom AMD, there's got to be got to be something to it. If they did put a PC like in the living room that was like current lower powerful or the normal, boxes like PS4, Xbox One, maybe just a little bit more, and somehow they can, they got to deal with the chips. Or the chips are old in the PS4 and Xbox One. The CPUs are old laptop CPUs. 1.8 teraflops is good, and it's really good, but maybe they've, new chips become super cheap for them. And again, they just have this in here with some solid state, and maybe you can plug up your storage in the back. And I don't know, if they could get a good deal, they might get something out there. Then it gives people the ability to put a simple box, even though they don't have to build it, with a decent power and then do something with it. But then again, a flip-flop, what's the point if you could build your own machine? I don't know. I'm confused. I'm just throwing out there custom AMD, and all this Radeon stuff makes me wonder how powerful this thing is going to be and if it's going to be worth it. Could they put something out there that's got some decent power for pretty darn cheap? That might be interesting. So I went at 10 minutes. What do you think? I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. What do you think about the Ataribox now? Indiegogo campaign coming very soon. $249 to $299. Custom AMD chips, Radeon in it. Linux, the customizer operating system. Able to run all types of games. Or and then I read that Steam or anything else that's compatible with Linux and hardware. Hell, you may be able to play a few games, modern games on it. I don't know. Tell me what you think, comments below. Everything should have popped up on the screen. Subscribe and share. And I do appreciate everybody watching. All right, everybody. Big Yo Gamer out.